Okay, part of a law of attraction to attract the transformation of the negative energy into positive energy. This dragon's den. You got to sort of see where am I at? What have I built? What do I need to work with? And this is so freaking cool. Uh, okay, I did a Google search on the term bottled intentions and should have kept that domain name, but I couldn't afford to keep it, but it probably is worth a lot. But um, intentions is like 86 million. I'm pretty sure that because bottled intentions comes up, what's the search? Over 9 million, close to, well, 9 million hits come up if you Google search bottled intentions. Since I'm the one that comes up with it and I'm the one that's coming up on most of those things that are coming up on it, I know it has everything to do with what I put out in the world, and it's attracted into me. Now I'm connecting this with Arlene Dickinson, which I would think she made a name for herself, but she only comes up 12,000. I think I beat her there. If I Google search just my name, Judy. 853,000. So just my name outbeats her by thousands, thousands and thousands. I'm more popular than she is. And yet she's got more money than me. I'm on welfare, yet I'm more popular on Google. And it's her living to be popular. You know, it's she spent a lifetime getting friggin' wealthy. And if you her company venture capital is only at 66 million. 1 year of me, well, I wouldn't say 1 year, but it took me how many years to put bottled intentions on Google? It didn't take me that long. And I did it with no money. She's had to spend an awful lot of money. But here's the kicker. You go in, I mean, you would think CBC would know how to get good hits on Google, but they're only at 4 million. I'm at 9 million. I'm more popular than the show. And the show tried to use me to get them popular, and yet I use them to get me popular. So, who is the master of reality? It's doing whatever it is that I wanted it to do. I wanted marketing. End result, can we see the marketing? Can we see that I wanted to make the term bottled intentions popular? 9 million. Didn't take any work. You know, the less work I did, the more I just sort of sat around and did nothing and be me. The more that I did not have to sell anything. I did not have to do anything. Just work on myself. Even this YouTube channel is just doing what I love doing. I'm not selling this idea. I'm not pressuring anybody. I'm introducing it and I'm talking about it. And the more I talk about it, the more it seems, and for mine to come up, bottled intentions coming up the top of Google in Mindshift. Do you know what that means? That as soon as I put a website with that term, and I know how to get on top of the search engines, if anybody's searching for that, and clearly people are, if there's 8 or 9 million, that means people are searching for it. It's the only way that Google comes up is that people go and search for this word. They're looking for something. I just haven't been there. So they're just busy talking and talking and talking. And the more that you don't give the information out as much, which means sucking at introducing it, is kind of good because it made everybody sort of talk about it and question it. And is it good? Is it bad? And it's like, first I had to use it for myself to get myself ready. I knew exactly what I needed to. I needed to use this bottle, and because this is how I used to create everything, and all I had to do is start believing in myself. The bottles will guide you down your perfect path. Like I've been guided down my perfect path. I had some rich guy post a comment that he's really, really wealthy and his health is really good and he knows more than me because I'm on welfare and he's not. And I'm saying those that have a lot of money, I think, are causing all of the problems. Greed causes poverty. So while this guy wants to say he's got all the answers, it's like, look at the economic global situation. My whole thing is I want to question, is even having a dragon's den building up your country or not? Is that deserving your country? I mean, Canada was heavily involved. The government was heavily involved with the dragon's den because when you're there, you get all of these government agencies on, starting up a new business and shit. They're right there handing out their brochures. This is Canada's way of building up on entrepreneurs. But what is Canada actually doing? It is making a lot of money off of calling anybody who has an idea a nut bar. Um, every idea, there's no stupid idea. There just needs to be an idea that needs to be developed. And just because something is not ready doesn't mean that you are never going to be a good inventor. Anybody that's an inventor has what it takes to actually invent. And if Arlene Dickinson changed her mind of society does owe something, if she's rich, the amount of wealth she got is the amount of poverty she's created in the world. So if she put back, and by following her own advice, not even following my advice, follow your own advice, and that's by uplifting people. You know, give them tough love, which means you need to have a little tougher love on yourself and build people up. Don't call them nut bars. Nourish somebody. Like I question how she even raised her kids. Did she call them a bunch of names, thinking that this is what's going to make you into a good person? And that's why, are they financially successful as well? What are they producing? What kind of, proud kids did she raise? Um, Generally they'll have the same issues as their parents, so I'm pretty sure she's proud of her kids because they're probably perfect mirror images of her, which is all I spend my life around is counting my money. I go and spend all my time with my grandchildren and we go in my purse and we count all our money. Like, this is life. So anyways, that's what I'm putting out there, is questioning whether should we put out a show that says you're a nut bar for even thinking of coming up with anything, or should we have more of a show that says this is a really good idea, but have you thought of this or that? Like, if you look at every product that you want to fund, look at how it's going to affect your economy. Look at what is it going to make one guy rich, or is it going to make your community rich? Is it going to pollute your area? Is it going to, is it going to be the solution to every problem that we're dealing with right now? That's what we need. Is we have the solutions. It's not getting funded because these people that have all of the money don't know how to spend their money. They're too greedy. They want, and part of a good idea is, with this bottled intentions, it has all of the money in the world that says if you got a good idea that's ready, we'll fund you through bottled intentions. If everybody's drinking it, everybody's supporting it, it is your bank. If your bank is as strong as you want to drink from it. And if you look at statistics on how much bottled water makes, if the whole fund goes towards funding good ideas, and you have a show that um, funds new ideas that are really looked at from a good economic mindset that actually works. That Einstein's new mindset of you just got to look at something completely different to see whether it's a good idea or not. And there is no bad idea. It's a matter of refining everything. And these people don't know how to refine something. They don't know how to look for, hey, that's perfect except for this one area. Can you just fix this one area? I mean, the person that's creating it knows what to do with it. May not know the flaws, so needs to bounce it off a professional to get some advice on what more do I need. But at the same time, there's networks within each other. Like, there were a lot of other people that wanted to get into the water business, and I was a water bottle business. This is where a show like the Dragon's Den could have connected the two businesses and both prosper. you know Mind you, I'm not one that would ever think earning great wealth is ever going to be a good idea. I think that you are a freaking genius if you can earn massive wealth and everybody else on the planet has. You're not taking any opportunities away from them. If everybody else has the same opportunity to be just as wealthy as you are, I'm in support of that. But if your wealth is at the cost of taking away somebody else's opportunity, I'm in total disagreement with that. That's the new mindset. But it doesn't mean we don't need to prosper. And does it mean that we need to have all of the stuff that we have? It just means that we need to know when the stuff is killing us. The nuclear power, we knew that shit was going to kill us, but we did it anyways. We have free energy systems. We have cars that can run without gas. When you drive a car, do you see the blood from all of the people that needed to be killed just so you could put gas in your car? So I want to drive, but I want to drive something that nobody ends up getting killed from. And we have the technology, it needs to be funded. So I think, having a show more like that instead of being like a Dragon's Den. And this is where the David Icke say that they're like lizards. While these lizards go and manipulate you to see them as dragons, they call themselves dragons. So the next thing you know, you're going to start seeing dragons because they put that image in your mind. But I mean, they're declaring themselves to be the dragons of the world. That they are the ones that are the greedy, don't build society up, they tear society down. Where I'm thinking, if CBC really wants to put on something that is actually more helpful for Canadians, if our Canadian government thinks that we should be doing something, enriching people from the bottom, then I would think that they might be interested in a show that, hey, look, if I was able to get 9 million hits off Google with no money at all, get that level of advertising, and that was what I was intention. That's the law of attraction that I was working on, and poof, I was able to create it like magic. Pretty sure I know how to make any TV show really popular as well. Why? Because first of all, everything I got to say, everybody's going to be in total disagreement with it. That's popular right away because people will disagree. But the whole show is based on prove me wrong. You win a prize if you can prove me wrong. And I'll say some of the most outrageous shit. I think that would be popular. I think we need to uplift people and not tear people down. So, I mean, there's a contradiction. If you ever see me tearing somebody down, it's like, hey, win a prize if you ever see me doing that to anybody. And have it on somebody that wants to come in and start a new business. You want to. I would never ever criticize anybody that's trying to start and build something that's good for humanity and good for them. I would fund them. How negative would that be? But pointing out, where something needs more development, hey, maybe I don't see the idea. It would be up to me to say, hey, I think that this is wrong. It's up to you to point out, if I say this is wrong because of this, you have to be good enough, know your product, your new concept well enough to be able to answer all of my questions. If you can't, then that means you need to go back. But I do believe our government needs to unfold the full potential of every Canadian. I think if our media is interested in improving Canada, then you need to bring out the full potential of all of its citizens. I don't see a TV show out there that's doing that. And I think if you're perfectly healthy if you're living your full potential. You're curing cancer, AIDS, mental illness, addictions, every one of our healthcare issues. Even the people that are aging is an economic problem on Canadians because they're costing so much. But you know what? They need to be productive. They need to be doing something. They need to be loving their lives. They're not just, society's throwaway. Society has to value people that are getting old so it doesn't cost us so much money. You know, like they have something to offer the world. Every one of us do in our full potential. Peace out.